What up, YouTube world? Got the fan going, so that'll screw everything up like usual. Maybe not, we'll see. Got the radio on because I'm Amish, remember? I found the radio on the along the trail to my place of work, and luckily there's a couple things of batteries that are D-batteries, so I could listen to the radio and listen to the chargers today. Turn that down a little. MikeO, 3,500 subscriber contest. I've become more of a browser and watcher of Mike probably the last, I'd say 10 months, maybe the year, maybe pretty much starting 2018. So I was late to the party. That's nothing new, but hoping everything's coming out shitty like it usually does. But so first off, congrats, Mike. The reason I think your channel's so big is what other people have mentioned. You just have a wide cavalcade of the hobbies, not niches, because they're not niches. It's the categories. You do the pack breaks, you're the blaster breaks. You love the TTM. You do the grading. Real easy, seemingly, to get along with. You get the show recaps. I enjoy the videos. I just like long videos. You've got some longer ones. I know a lot of people piss moan about it. I personally don't know why. If somebody's a good YouTuber or good at anything, and they speak eloquently, they don't use words like best and greatest and best words, like stuff like that, or phrases of that nature, and they intrigue you. 6-0 Bolt's good. Big Chargers fan, if you didn't know. Anyway, if somebody speaks for a while, or the stories are intriguing, or the cards are visually appealing, and it's not that there isn't anything wrong with base, but not if you're just showing base and base for no reason. If there's a story, it's a card that you don't see that often, I'm all about it. Or you're talking with somebody and you're giving knowledge, dropping some knowledge. I'm all about that, and that's why everybody else should be as well. 4 or 5 minute videos, just you can't get a feel for somebody's character, their knowledge, what they're like, stuff of that ilk. Cramped quarters here. We'll do it like that. Maybe you can see that there too. So Mike wants you, the viewer, if you're doing this contest response, to give 5 cards that you can feasibly afford to obtain in 2019. If you can get the 52 Mantle tops, good, that's great. If all you can get is a maybe you're going for the Aaron Judge foil board parallel out of tops, great. Whatever you can feasibly afford without putting yourself into debt. Or if you put yourself into debt, that you've got the means to quickly pull out. That's what she said. And then give a list of 5 to 7 YouTubers Not necessarily all the friends you've got, but a mix maybe of some new guys, some veterans that have been around a while, and give them a shout out, not necessarily just based on 100 subs or less, or 200 subs or less, or whatever the criteria usually seems to fall under. Just people you enjoy watching, and maybe some that don't get the pub that they necessarily should. So, with all that rambling at how much time? 5.5 minutes, that's par for the course. Probably why I've been at 600 subscribers, which 6.5 times my subs are, Mike. Congrats, that's insane. My cards, and they're not really in any particular order. A Kirby Puckett, pack pulled certified auto. I know about what I'm going to have to pay, but I'm picky, and if I have to pay a little more for something I like more that's another card that's more aesthetically appealing to me than some of this other stuff. The sweet spot, I'm always worried about what they're going to look like down the road. And how the pen, or whatever pen they use, they could just use some big pen on that leather. I really get nervous with that. I'd rather have the silver sticker. There's a couple ones on there. I'd like to do a couple big deals at National. That's what I'm really hoping for. So with some of that stuff, right now I've got my eyes on a couple cards. It's just going to depend on how pricing goes. But in the next couple weeks, I expect possibly one of these off the board. Probably number 4, because there's a couple that I'm looking at that of Mr. Broadway Joe. But Puckett is huge because I'm Minnesotan, not a big Twins fan, but I appreciate what he did for the Twins, bringing them from pretty much an absolute dumpster fire. You want to say the Browns were a dumpster fire? Go look at some of those records of the Twins in the early 80s. Until he got Gaetti, Gene Larkin, Laudner, Herbeck, Puckett, Aggie. Until they made Viola, they made trades and drafted pretty well. So he's big to the fabric of Minnesota sports history, and that's where you see, like, with my Randy Moss stuff that I pick up. I'm not a Vikings fan, but I love Moss. He gave the Vikes a shot in the arm. So once again, they were just sort of also ran, and then Moss came along, and it was just perfect timing. Him and Cunningham's arm, bam. So Puckett would be top 1 or 2 that I want to get this year. Bronco Nagurski, another one, just a legend. The Hall of Fame guys have been trying to pick up an auto here and there of them. I think over the last year I've picked up maybe a dozen Hall of Fame autos, tongue in cheek. But Nagurski's got some stuff out there. I've looked at his, not a lot. I'm looking more for the NFL centric or sports centric releases. I know there's some Razor stuff out there from Razor Cut Sigs, like an 08. I'm not entirely thrilled with them. If I was able to get them at a stellar price, I'd maybe go in. But I mean, it's got to be something where I'm paying not a ton. Sid Luckman, another one for the Bears. Again, just depending on price and what it is. You see a lot of the stuff, I think, out of Leaf, certified cuts. God, 2017 release. I think it was a certified cuts because the rookies had a little patch in the circle, about a dime size patch, and then there's like the big foul check where they had the auto that was embedded. And not thrilled with those cards, and a lot of the cuts in that set, they're limited. but because of how limited they are, people all of a sudden forget stuff that's 10 years its predecessor, and instead of something that's, hey, this has a picture of the dude on the card, like Luke, good friend, Drunk Trojan 6, looking for the cards, the cuts that have picture depicting the player on there, as opposed to just there's a white border and we have the plain Jane cut, like my Pete Rozelle out of Flawless. So, like the Luckman, I think it's to 5 out of 17 certified cuts, and I know there's one up, I think, for $7.99 best offer. That's not even something I'm looking at. I'm looking at more of the older stuff from 06, 07-ish. Joe Willie Namath would be another one. Like to get him. He's a little more on the affordable side of all these guys. I missed one. I still kick myself. It's probably about a month ago now, a little over a month, maybe a month and a half, and Naomi and I were doing something. I completely spaced it, and it's one of the cards I would have fucking loved to have. It was a mirror gold certified patch auto, 2-color, nice patch with stitching to 25, and the fucker went for like $70. I just kick myself because that's exactly the card I wanted. So I gotta hope sometime during the year it comes up something like that, because that's a lot of the other stuff out there is not stuff I really give a shit about, just because I don't want a Topps 5-star auto that's not numbered that's going for like 80 but 68 $80. That's just not in my, especially seeing that one. And I mean, it wasn't like some niche auction group and 2 a.m. ending time. It was a Probstein auction. So again, fuck, it's just, there's about 5 cards that I sit there and I still lament. I don't know how many other people are like that out there, but if I lose something, it's just, once in a while you just pop in your head and it's like, hey, pick up that $5 bill and you get the Anderson Silva knee to the fucking nose. Oh, and Vince Lombardi. I'd like to get that check card out of, it's like 02 SP Legendary Sigs, something like that. And I've looked at it and I know what it's going to cost. I'd love to get it, but I'd love to get it where it's, I know the auto is not going to be fully on the cut won't be a full auto. It'll be cut off one side or the other, because Upper Deck should have done like a 5x7 card redemption out of that, instead of just like the pack pull where either the V's partially missing or the DI is sort of cut off. I guess I'd like it with the Vince and then Lombard. So it just depends where the funds are at the certain time. And I wouldn't mind one graded. I'd rather hold it, but again, whatever. So what do I got for time? How long did I board you? 13 and a half. So 8 minutes talking about 5 cards. I got my Unitas, as 7 of you saw from the last video. Last video that wasn't Naomi opened the cards. Trying to think who else would be on that list. I mean, just anybody of that 40s, 50s, a Don Hudson, Otto. There's a lot I've got over the last year where, again, guys I didn't think I'd get. Jim Brown, Sammy Baugh. Terry Bradshaw would be another one. I'd like to get something a little older, since his auto's starting to get a little, I'm not going to say shaky. It wasn't like Musial at the end, but you can tell the sticker placement's getting a little more sketchy. YouTubers, just shout out. Go right on down. Scotty Tradition, Scott. I've followed him only for a few months, but I built up a good rapport with him. I like him, very eloquent, very well-versed, knowledgeable, showing off some fucking monster cards. Packers fan, Wisconsin fan in general, so I can dig that. Brother lives down in Appleton, so I love Wisconsin. We lived there for 3 years in Superior, which basically is Minnesota, but those back pages, Eric, I've known him 9 years or so, at least through Freedom Cardboard, and I remember him many years before that from Beckett message boards. So likes refractors or optic now. I bet Manny Ramirez, remember his collection back in the day there, does some Jeter, Mets fan, loves 85 tops, Doc Goodens, just real genuine guy. I've always been a fan of Eric. We've discussed a lot of things at a lot of points in time, more so in the past on Freedom Cardboard. I'm glad he's made more videos now. He's been on YouTube forever, but the video making hasn't been as prevalent as it has been the last probably year or so, year and a half. Joey, Birdcat 8, Bart Star, that's what he loves. Very excitable, but one of my, I'm going to say, better friends on here. I cannot wait to meet him. He's always warning, I'm a bundle of energy, hey, as long as you're not shitting your pants and flinging at me, just, I don't care about tugging on shirts. Look over here, look good. I want to see stuff. I want another set of eyes that pretty much is my set of eyes, but better. So, I love Joey. And the next one, too. This film not yet rated, MikeO. Clay Matthews. I tend to gravitate towards the people, I think, that focus more on players. I know Scott does more just Packers and Brewers and Bucks type stuff. Not as much with the Bucks that I've seen. And then he does a lot of just high-end, great-looking cards. But everybody has a good story behind something. They know what they want. Not afraid to pay above what people might think is too much. And they've got a good story behind it. So, I mean, that draws me in. But MikeO, one of best friends on here, best friends in life, period, that Clay Matthews, long videos like mine. Anytime I see one of his videos, it's just like jackpot. Whatever's on goes off, that turns on, and usually 20 to 25 minutes, if not more, of excitement. Daniel 4619, he hasn't made a lot of stuff lately. Need to get him to make more. Likes busting open stuff. He's very generous. He's sent me some stuff that I know I don't deserve, but I greatly appreciate it. I don't think he's got many subs. I think it's below that 200, 250 mark. I'm talk to him and see if we can get some more content to put out, as everybody likes to call it now. Just put out more vids. Breeze No Ain't Rich. He doesn't do a ton either. It's sporadic, but he's a wrestling fan. Den 1013. I'm going off the other guys that are not on the list beneath Rich there. Den 1013. Hasn't done much in a while either. Real genuine dude. I know you said no, not as many friends, Mike, but that's how it always seems to roll out. Micah, Dystemic, and that Big Twins collector usually has a video every week or so. If you have any twins, even base, that's the guy to hook up with, people. I think he's got about 9,300-ish. His goal is That 10,000. So let's get him past that 10,000 Twins card or different card mark. And then Hudson fan 15, another guy that he and I are much alike too, or will yammer and ramble. But for us and for the people that collect player collections, he does a lot of Colts breaks or buys into NFL breaks and then gets the Colts. That's his team. Luck, Hilton, Falk, Derice Fontaine, Naheem Hines, Jordan Wilson. Who else? You got that lineman Wilson. You got Malik Hooker, and then you got Darius Leonard. The linebacker, it's just a fucking, oh god, you got a jackpot there. Absolute jackpot. But Hudson fan 15, he collects Tim Hudson. He is Tom. So with me collecting Josh Johnson, him collecting Tim Hudson, we go back and forth on a lot of patch stuff and a lot of just our excitement for picking up stuff that probably nobody else in the world cares about. So, I don't know. Rambling at probably 23 minutes now? 21? Rudo Reels, I gotta pick up some stuff from there. New Japan Pro Wrestling. They've got Blu-rays, basically, of quality stuff. So if you like New Japan, Rudo, R-U-D-O, Reel, REEL.com. There might be an S at the end of Reels, but anyway, MikeO, again, congrats, 3,500. That's insane. I don't even know if I know 3,500 people that could stomach my 20-plus minute videos. That's in the world. So, congrats again. People getting the contest. There's been a lot of contests rolling lately. A lot. I'm not going to say too many because there never can be too many, but I mean, there's been a lot rolling. That's good. I think it's the people interacting. Maybe knowing some people they don't know. Maybe making a friend or two that they never thought they would have. So, Mike, thank you again. Folks, get in amongst it. As Tyson NZ would say. Take her easy, YouTube. She's easy. Take her twice. Left Twix.